Preston North End's Kitman Steve Cowell is not afraid to put in the hard yards. When Saturday comes, the 63-year-old does not just confine himself to making sure the PNE players are fully kitted out. Every weekend Cowell puts his best foot forward by taking part in a 5 km park run. Whether North End or home or away, he pulls on the trainers and covers the ground before assuming his matchday duties. Parkrun organises free to enter, timed 5 km runs up and down the country. They are open to runners of all abilities, whether they are training for events or just keeping fit. Avonham Park is where it happens in Preston, while Cowell will find the nearest run to where North End are playing an away match. "I run every Saturday this season whether PNE have been home or away," said Cowell as he found time to draw breath after a hectic championship season. "When we have a game at Deepdale, I do the Preston Park run in Avonham Park at 9 a.m. and then head off to the ground. When we are away, I just look for the nearest park run to where we are staying at. It's great fun, you meet some lovely people, it keeps me fit and staves off the aging process for away games. Most clubs Kitman set up on a Friday. I'm the same. I'll travel with the team or go ahead of them and put out the kit, boots and warm-up gear in the dressing room. That leaves me free for a Saturday morning run before the build-up to the game begins. The players and staff here are brilliant about it. They've really encouraged me along the way. The lads will ask me what time I did and what the course was like, that sort of thing. Of course they dish out a bit of stick too. I get my fair share of that. 2 seasons ago, I did the park run in Brighton. Greg Cunningham was suspended for the game against Brighton, so he did the run with me, which was brilliant. Our fitness coach Tom Little and sports scientist Luke Hemmings ran too. We flew the flag for Preston that morning. The season just ended saw Cowell run through parks the length and breadth of the country. I always run in my North End gear," said Cowell. "When I ran at Norwich, one guy said to me, 'Enjoy the run because that is all you are going to get today.' Let's just say I was pleased that we scored an equalizer to get a 1-1 draw. The toughest run was when we played Sunderland in March. It was snowing and a local park run got called off on safety grounds. I found the nearest one still on was in Chester-le Street, 14 miles from where we were staying. It was freezing and as I ran up a hill in a blizzard I questioned my sanity. The taxi driver who took me was a Sunderland fan who said he would never drop off a fare at Newcastle's ground. He would pull up nearby. On the way home, it was a Newcastle fan driving the taxi who told me he never dropped off next to Sunderland's ground." Perhaps my favorite run was in Telford. That was before we played Wolves last October. Part of the course was down a disused railway line with the old platforms and stations still there. With Parkrun, it is the people who make it. You meet so many lovely people along the way. The gaffer Alex Neil is supportive of my running and likes to know how I have got on. Matt Jackson, the physio, has helped me in terms of improving my running style. Cowell has been North End's full-time kitman for the last 2 seasons. The club is in his blood. He has supported them since 1964. For a decade he ran and played in the PNE fans team, leading them to a great deal of success. "I'm a lifelong Preston fan," said Cowell, who hails from Penwortham. "I started watching as a kid in 1964. My mum worked 2 jobs to make sure we got to Wembley for the FA Cup final that year. I've been everywhere with Preston since. I saw every game of the 1970-71 season when we won the 3rd division title. To now be working for the club is brilliant. It's hard graft, probably harder than some people imagine. I'm in early every day before the players so that everything is ready for them for training. The gaffer makes me feel part of the setup and is great with me. Sometimes I'll have a game. I've had tennis with him in the gym before or after training. It's safe to say he always beat me. Next season, I intend to keep doing the running on a Saturday morning. My aim is to be doing the park run before Premier League games. Wouldn't that be brilliant? Like all supporters, I'd love to see my club in the top flight.